Hello, hello. I hope I am live right now. So please let's join for this very exciting masterclass, how to attract your soulmate within 6 months. So my name is Luba Evans. I am a dating and love coach with more than 17 years of experience. So if you are a woman who has figured out everything else in your life, a successful, smart woman who is still struggling to find a life partner, please put yes into the comments. And I would also love to know where you are coming from. I would love to know who you are. Just say hello. I see your comments here. This is my very first time presenting this topic in this group. So I'm a little bit nervous, and I would really appreciate some support. If you can just say, hey, hello, or something like this, I would know that I'm not alone speaking into this camera. Okay, my loves, I am coming to you from New York, and I am responsible for more than 3,000 happy couples in my coaching practice over the years. And I'm going to share with you today the secrets that it took me so much effort and so many years to dig out. So if you're a smart, successful woman who is still struggling to find a life partner, please put yes into the comments. Do you find most men unattractive or not desirable? If you do, this class is invaluable for you. Do you freeze when you actually meet somebody that you like most of my clients, when they get to me, when they actually like the guy, they don't know exactly what to do. Does it sound like you? Do you keep attracting guys who are emotionally unavailable, or guys who are afraid of commitment? So if that's what's happening, please put that into the comments. Is it possible that your power and independence as a successful, independent, powerful woman is scaring some guys off? Is it possible? So put yes into the comments. When you like a guy, does it happen that you open up too fast, initiate contact, or give too much, or maybe overshare? So if you've noticed that, please put yes into the comments. And the last question that I have for you, do you feel like sometimes a guy starts out hot and then pulls away, becomes hot and cold, or sends mixed signals, or just says that he's not ready to commit? So if this is something that has happened to you, and if you're dating or you have been dating for a while, please put yes into the comments. And so if you are ready to launch 2021 in a completely different way, now that we get over this bridge of the pandemic that we found ourselves in, you are going to love this class for sure. Please stay till the end. It's only 25 minutes. At the end, I am also going to give you a special gift. I'm going to share with you 13 text messages that every guy is dying to get. And also, there is another gift for you there, which is a 15-minute one-on-one call. It's not a sales call, it's just a love clarity call with my team to see if we can help you in any possible way. We have different kind of offers and coaching programs, and even in-person retreat, Magnetic Woman Retreat, which happens once a year at my retreat center upstate New York. So this is for you if you're good at everything except romantic relationships, and if you are ready for soulmate love. So if you said yes to any of this, the great news is that this is going to be the most important 20-25 minutes maybe of your entire romantic life. Right here, right now, this is your unique opportunity to find out exactly why things are not working yet in your love life and what to do about it today. So if you want to find out, please put yes into the comments. So I'm sure, being a resourceful woman that you are, you have hunted for answers on the internet looking for the secret to attract your soulmate or to attract a quality man, right? You probably read books on the subject, how to get a great husband. You've probably been to bars, and I'm sure you've tried online dating, which kind of sucks, right? And I'm sure you've done personal development. You maybe even used the law of attraction. You prayed, you went to the gym, maybe you invested into some beautification procedures or beauty products, and maybe you even hired a therapist or a matchmaker, and none of it worked. Okay, my love. So the first thing that I want to say, it is not your fault. Okay, the real problem is not that there are no good men left, and it is not that you're not attractive enough, and it is not that you're not young enough, and it's not that you have bad luck in love. Here is the real problem, my love. The real problem is that you are a powerful, independent woman who is not going to settle for some kind of babysitting of a guy. You're not going to settle for a relationship which is stagnant, and you're not going to settle for some kind of relationship that is just going to look good on paper. You want the real deal. You want someone to co-create with. You want somebody who is an emperor so that you could build your empire together, right? So if this is what the kind of a man you want, a stand-up guy, successful guy, amazing guy who has your back, a guy who doesn't criticize you, the guy who admires you as a woman, right? If this is the kind of a man that you want, and you definitely want a guy being an entrepreneur, you definitely want a guy who is only going to help you with your business, right? And support you instead of taking your time or disempowering you or distracting you. So if this is true, please put yes into the comments. So the real problem is not that there are no guys left like this. There are, and in fact, I'll tell you more that right now many good guys are actually getting separated during pandemic because they are facing the issues in their relationships that now they cannot deny anymore, because we're really now facing everything. So by April, by the time when we start coming out, everyone will be so excited to date again, and there will be a whole bunch of newly available men who have already proven themselves that they can be in a long-term relationship. And this is exactly the kind of a man that you want. Okay, so the real problem is that you don't have the strategy how to date in the current landscape, in the modern dating landscape. And what I want to say is that this landscape, on one hand, is really exciting because there are so many possibilities, right? There are so many apps and there are so many ways to meet people. Like 20 years ago, if I wanted to meet somebody, I just came from Russia to America, and the only thing I could do is go visit some friends, right? So now there are meetups, Facebook groups, all kinds of events, industry events, everything is at your fingertips, plus the dating apps. So there is so much choice, and the problem becomes that there's too much choice, right? And so people are not paying enough attention. It's a shuffling culture. So you absolutely need my 4 golden steps to stand out online, to target the right guy, to target the right audience, to hook him right away, and also very, very important, who you're actually attracted to. And we'll talk about it in a few seconds. Okay. And it's also really, really important to have all the tools and all the strategies to make this happen, because what you're looking for is a man of high value. And as a woman who is an entrepreneur, you already know that things which have a high value, carry a high value, are worth investing into. And also they do require dedication, right? Vision, clarity, know-how, helpers, effort, maybe sometimes the whole team. So my promise to you today, and what I want to ask you, is to really, really focus on this presentation, because it's going to be very, very fast paced, is that I'm going to share with you the 4 golden steps that are going to take you from lonely, frustrated, and feeling hopeless to having it all: magnetic chemistry, emotional intimacy, and closeness and unconditional soulmate love. Okay, so if this is something that you would like, you are excited, you're curious about that, how is it possible? How can we do this? And maybe you're thinking, I figured out everything in my life except for this. Let me see how I can figure that out. Right? So it is exciting stuff. So one thing that I want to tell you is that 60% of women in the United States of America are single right now. And I want to tell you that only 5% of women are reporting, according to the surveys, that they're very happy in their love life. So I can tell you, unfortunately, right now, I cannot show my client pictures to you. Next time I'm going to bring the slides. But my clients are very fortunate to belong to the 5% of women who are happy in their love life. In fact, they get into the best relationship of their life, and many of them after 50, some after 60, and a few after 70 as well. In fact, my oldest client was, as I found out, I didn't even know, but she was 94. And she was my singing teacher. And when she asked me to hook her up, I thought I really cannot do that, but somehow we did it, and I helped her create a relationship with her doctor. And that's a whole other story. Okay, my love. So I'm going to share with you, first of all, 3 mistakes that women make, successful, powerful women like you make when they're trying to attract a high quality man. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get that sparkling ring on your finger without struggle or manipulation or effort within 6 months using my golden steps. I will also show you how to stop attracting wrong men by shifting and changing your love blueprint, and how to lead with your feminine and go from invisible to magnetic using my tantric secrets. So if this is something that, whatever is the most exciting for you, please share it in the comments. I would really love to know, like, about you and what is important, what is interesting, so that I could serve you better in the future. Okay, wonderful. So let's start with the mistakes that women make. Mistake number 1 that most successful women make when trying to attract a quality guy is thinking that he will show up in the right time. Okay, he will not show up in the right time. It is a complete delusion. It's not going to happen unless he's a pizza delivery boy and he is delivering pizza. Okay, so even if this is a divine plan, but as God says, buy the lottery ticket. Okay, you're going to win, but you have to buy the ticket. All right, so you have to take responsibility over your personal life, just like you took responsibility over your finances, just like you're taking responsibility over your home. So your personal life is also something that can be designed. It's definitely something that requires, first of all, healing, possibly healing of your love blueprint, as we'll find out later. And it is definitely something that requires education. And somehow you were never taught how to date. Somehow you were never taught how to project yourself. You were never taught how to differentiate between a good guy and a guy who's going to make you miserable. So you need all of that. And so number 1 mistake is just thinking that he will show up in the right time. No, the only person who will show up in the right time is going to be the wounded relative of yours who is going to feel like a soulmate. And meanwhile, he will not be a soulmate. He will be some kind of narcissist who came here to break your heart. Okay, so the first mistake is not taking responsibility. You need to take responsibility over what's happening, over love. Mistake number 2 that most women make is trying to attract their soulmates leading with your masculine. Okay, so if you find yourself making a lot of decisions for a guy, pushing, pursuing, writing a lot, making things happen, suggesting places to meet, solving his problems, constantly talking, for example, that means you're leading with your masculine. If you're afraid of silence, if you're afraid to pause, if you're afraid to relax, to flow, and allow yourself to be served, allow yourself to receive open to receiving, that means you're leading with your masculine. So that's a great mistake, because successful stand-up guys, they already have their masculine. Okay, so they're attracted to the feminine. This is what they are looking for. By the way, before I talk about mistake number 3, I want to say that there is a link in this post that you should click while I'm talking, and you can schedule a call with my team, with me and my team. And on that call, we're going to help you discover the mistakes or soulmate blockers, as we call them, that might be preventing you from having the partner that you want. And this is a 15-minute call. There is absolutely no selling that happens during that call. It's just the introduction, and we'll see where you are at and recommend possibly some of our resources or some other resources. Okay. Number 3, mistake number 3, and I hope you're still with me. Okay, so please put something into the comments. Mistake number 3 that most women make trying to attract their soulmate is overgiving. Okay, overgiving, oversharing. So please share with me if you are overgiving or you are oversharing. Okay, so what does it mean that you're overgiving? That means that you are giving all kinds of gifts, that you are talking a lot about things which are intimately happening with you. Sometimes oversharing means that you would be sharing some things about your health, or some physical details about your body. So the more you leave to imagination, my love, the more you leave to imagination, to his imagination, the more he's going to be inspired to go after you and to chase you and to conquer you. So here I want to tell you about the instinct that every man has, and I call that a superman's instinct. So most guys, when they are growing up, they're watching movies about Superman, and they are dreaming of having supernatural powers. What they want is they want to be the best version of themselves. So when a woman allows herself to be in the receiving, and when she knows how to inspire that guy to serve her in the best possible way, that is when the guy starts to feel that she is the ultimate goddess in his world, that she is irreplaceable. Okay, so knowing how to create space to receive and knowing how to create space for him to give is the absolute golden key to his heart. So here are the 4 golden steps that you need to take in order for you to attract a successful stand-up man who makes you feel loved, respected, desirable, and excited about life. So please put yes into the comments if you would like to finally find a true companion that you can co-create a wonderful future with. And are you ready to meet him within 6 months, like most of my clients do? So if you are ready, please put yes into the comments. So here are the 4 golden steps that will take you there, and you should know them by heart. When you follow those steps, you will be able to finally connect the dots between all of your achievements, your dream career, your dream lifestyle, and dream relationship. Would not that be exciting? So 2 sentences about me. I am a Harvard speaker. I'm a love coach with 17 years of experience. I have my own amazing soulmate, although I grew up in Russia and I was considered the most ugly girl in class. So now I look all right. I think it's happening. You know, for me at this point, I became pretty magnetic, but I was not born like this. Russian women are very tall. They're blonde. They have beautiful cheekbones. They have perfect noses, and I was nothing like that. Like, people called me a Smurf, and yeah, and I basically had to really invent everything. I wanted to find the secret key to a man's heart, and I dedicated my whole life finding it and then sharing it with women. So, and I got so successful that my success rate with my clients is 86%, which is pretty unprecedented in this industry. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to take those 4 golden steps and make the necessary shifts now, so that you too could attract your high quality partner within 6 months. So step number 1 is healing your love blueprint. Okay, my love? Love blueprint is responsible for attraction. So what is happening? What is love blueprint? What is this love blueprint? So if you want to know what love blueprint is, please put yes, I want to know into the comments. Love blueprint is your relationship with love herself. So as you were growing up, it's very possible that you were not receiving the kind of love from your parents that you wanted to receive, and at the same time you love your parents, okay, very much. And so what happens is then love gets associated with pain since early childhood. And then if this is something that happened to you, then you will be constantly attracting some kind of men who are either emotionally unavailable, or those men will be overpowering you or criticizing you. Okay, my love? And so love blueprint is something that is responsible for who you are attracted to. Okay, so if you were a caretaker from the very beginning in your life, you are going to be attracted to men who need caretaking. All right, so you need to heal that. You need to heal your relationship with your father and mother, and fall in love with yourself completely to develop a deserving mind. So deserving mind is definitely something that makes you very magnetic. That is step number one. Because with all the strategies in the world, and I'll give you my 13 texts at the end and tell you exactly where to get them, 13 texts that every guy is dying to get. So what really is happening, if you don't have the deserving mind, you are still going to attract a wrong person, and you're going to be attracted to wrong people. In fact, when you see a good giving guy, you won't even know what to do with him. It's just going to seem boring to you. Okay, so the only people who will be exciting for you are men who are challenging, men that you want to conquer. Okay, so that is why deserving mind needs to be cultivated, and your relationship with love needs to be healed. Okay, the second step. Yeah, so if you were feeling not heard or forced to shut down as a child, or you were feeling just not good enough, most likely your life love blueprint needs healing. If you were criticized by your parents, or if you get attached too fast, and if you have a hard time saying no. Okay, so those are very important signs that you need to really do that inner work. And of course, to get started on that journey, you can book the 15-minute call with us. Step number 2 is to become a high value woman. Okay, so with men, so how do we know if you are leading with your masculine? If you're taking charge when you are with men, so tell me, yes, I am taking charge a lot. If you are, if you're taking charge and leading, or if you feel awkward when you're talking to a guy that you have desire for, or you feel awkward when you're receiving compliments. Okay, number 3, and we are figuring out if you're leading with your feminine or masculine, that you feel kind of disappointed in men and often take charge to solve all the problems by yourself. Okay, so if you're disappointed in men, you will have a tendency to lead with your masculine, or maybe even to emasculate him. Okay, so if you are uncomfortable with taking a pause or with silence and just allowing things to happen, that means that you are leading with your masculine. Does it make sense? So for example, you meet a guy on a date, and let's say he's not saying anything, but you are feeling awkward, you are feeling responsible for what's happening, and you start to talk and you start to make things happen. So if that ever happened to you, please put yes into the comments. Has it ever happened to you? Probably it did. And so that means you are leading with your masculine. Okay, so when you are a high value woman, you lead with your feminine, which means that you're connected to your pleasure, you're connected to your body, you love your body, you love your pleasure, you give yourself time to rest. When you are leading as a high value woman, you're able to set boundaries with love and strictness, but also saying no with love. When you are projecting yourself as a high value woman, you are creating opportunities for a man to invest into the relationship, invest in every way in terms of his time, attention, as well as financially often. When you are projecting yourself as a high value woman, it means that you are patient, you're not pushing things, that you are already having an amazing time by yourself or with your friends, with your girlfriends. You have a full life, and you also frequent places where you could be snatched away. So as a high value woman, you are constantly projecting that kind of glamour, you're constantly projecting that kind of juju. So that's really, really cool. Okay, you're sovereign. What does it mean? You're a sovereign queen. Would you like to be a sovereign queen? If yes, please put yes into the comments. And I want to say, who is a sovereign queen? It's a woman who is the final authority on herself. So you don't need a man to tell you that you're gorgeous. You would never even, it would never even occur to you to ask him, do you still love me, for example, or anything of this kind. A high value woman who's a sovereign queen knows her purpose in life, knows her boundaries. Okay, my love, she knows exactly what kind of life she wants to co-create with that man, what kind of empire she wants to run. Okay, so if this is something that resonates, please put like some kind of emoji into the comments. I would love to get some feedback from you. And here is the last thing about high value woman. High value woman only gets better with age. Yeah, just like wine, she only gets better with age. Why is that? Because she knows herself better. She becomes a master of communication because she is independent. But when your feminine is unleashed, you learn how to lead with your soft edge, just because you are so powerful inside. So this is exactly what I teach in my program. Instead of being harsh and masculine outside, solving other people's problems, giving advice, not creating any space for a man to give to you. So instead of that, we're learning, and I'm teaching how to lead with your soft feminine glow, with your tenderness, with your subtlety, with silence sometimes, with gratitude, how to lead with all of that while being very, very strong inside, instead of being that wounded Amazon who is leading with her masculine shield just to be in the friend zone, or just to see that the guy that you liked actually all of a sudden preferred a woman who is much less distinguished than you are, but just because he felt like a man in her presence. So if this is something that happened to you, please let me know. So that's it. The last step, my loves, is to get help. And the last step is to get help from somebody respectable, from a great coach, somebody who knows how to take all of those steps, how to take you from leading with your masculine to leading with your feminine, how to take you from the love blueprint where you feel like you need to purchase love, where you're overgiving, where you're serving as a mother, into deserving mind, which makes you magnetic. And of course, the last thing, dating smarter, not harder. Okay, so here a couple of more things, and we're almost done. And then I'm gonna take some questions and give you some answers. So we have this special profile, which is called Soulmate Magnet Profile. Most women in their profile online, most women have a very hard time in online dating. And why is that? Well, because people are shuffling, and women don't know what to write, and you don't know how to ask questions from the very beginning to determine if this man is good for you or not. So in my coaching methodology, we have 3 magic questions that we ask a man always, 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 from the very beginning, to protect the heart and find out if he is relationship material. Second thing is to use the soulmate magnet profile, which basically repels narcissists and attracts good giving guys. So this is very, very important. I also know some other very cool tricks that you can use in order to play around with interests and radius online to target correctly. So those strategies, as well as special strategies, how to inspire him to chase you, how to inspire him to connect intimately, how to create instant emotional connection, and how to inspire him to commit and propose, all things that you need to learn in order for you to go from lonely, frustrated, and hopeless to a woman who experiences emotional closeness, magnetic chemistry, and unconditional love within 6 months. So, with that, thank you so much for your time. Time is the most precious resource that you have. And of course, right now, it's your choice. You can either, it can be either like one of the webinars or classes that you've watched in your life and you'll just like wasted some time and you're gonna keep going, or you can actually take action, take that responsibility that I talked about in the very beginning, and you can sign up for a 15-minute call with us and get on the journey, get started on the journey, and get your soulmate by June. So that's pretty exciting. I think I will tell you one thing, that during this pandemic, of course, it became very clear how important partnership is, how important it is to get somebody who has your back, who is always on your side, somebody who will support you, somebody that makes you feel at home, somebody to relax with. So if you want the 3 magic questions, or if you want the 13 texts, yeah, please write to me. So just put yes, and I'm going to reply, and I'm going to help you with that. And I'm going to put some links here to some of my YouTube videos with 3 magic questions, for example. And also, of course, please set up a conversation. I'm sending you a lot of love. Good luck with everything. And I hope to show up here again. We'll see how it goes. This was my first time in this group. It was exciting. I would really appreciate if you could tell me what you like the best in terms of this presentation. Much love, good luck, and if, oh yeah, 3 magic questions you want me to tell you now. You know what? I'm going to make a whole special presentation on that. 3 magic questions are very, very cool, very fun. Okay, and I do have a group which is called Become Irresistible for Professional Women. So you can just search for the group on Facebook, and we do a lot of fun stuff there, life coaching and contests and questions and answers about online and offline correspondence. My name was Luba Evans, and I am what is called to go to coach for many, many people, for coaches, for counselors, for artists, for actors, for stars, some of them. And yeah, I'm very, very happy to share what I know, and I know quite a lot. I'm sending you a lot of love. Thank you very much, and good luck next year. Thank you.